Hello, Sylvan.
Hello.
Yeah, I think we are early. We'll just wait until everybody joins in.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Joseph. Hey, hi, Sunny.
Hey, hi.
Yeah, I see that it's recording already, so I don't think I have to do
No, I
anything.
made you as a host anyway.
Yeah, no, I see the pause and stop recording options below, so it's already recording. So once the meeting is done, probably we can edit out and then just upload the relevant part.
Okay. Joseph, Pinilla will join.
Yes, I have informed her.
Yeah, we'll just wait for a couple of more minutes until uh, more people join in, and then we'll get started. Hello, everyone. I think it's time we get started. This is the first global community meeting, Solar Global Community Meeting in the new year 2022. First of all, wish you all a very happy new year. Hope you're all safe and doing well wherever you are. And thank you for joining the global community meeting. This is a bi-weekly meeting. This is going to be held every other Friday, every 2 weeks, that is. And today on the agenda, we have a few topics, mainly being the latest release of Soda. We have Soda Lamu release, which is version 1.6.0 of Soda. And there are a few updates which Joseph will be making on the Soda release. And we also have a couple of experimental things that we're working on, one of them being the Delphin installation on Kubernetes. So without further ado, let me hand over the stage to Joseph. Joseph, let's hear about Soda Lamu.
Yes, yeah. Welcome all to the community meeting and the announcement. So as Anvit said, we have released Soda VDF version 1.6.0 Lamo release. Yes, like our other other previous Soda releases, this release is also based on Island. Um, we have selected Lamo as the L release name after the survey's feedback. And thank you to all the members and developers who contributed to this release. And those who contributed to feature development and testing, and with suggestions and feedback. Please continue for this release also. The key highlights of this release is for Delphin, we have improved some of the features already existing and added some new features, some bug fixes too. Main improved features are historic performance collection, scheduling of storages to nodes, and failed task scheduling. Other than that, we have added support for new storage devices. Example, Fujitsu, Hitachi, HP, IBM, and Pure Storage. These vendors are supported now. Some of the storages from these vendors are supported now. Other key highlights are from Soda installer, the experimental support for Ubuntu 20.04 LTS support that Anvid will explain, and our Soda deployment, Delphin deployment in Kubernetes. This is also experimental. Vanilla will explain and demo this. So thank you for all the support. Please try it out and provide your suggestions and feedback on this release. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joseph. As Joseph mentioned, we also have the experimental support for Ubuntu 20.04. So we've been having many people asking, hey, can we install Soda on 20.04? Or they say, hey, I tried installing Soda on 20.04 and it failed. Well, there were a few reasons why it did not work. And we decided to take it up in this release, but we quickly realized that there are a lot of things that need to be changed at the basic installation steps, including the prerequisites and some dependencies as well. So what we did was we tried out the installation, we made a list of all the changes, push it into a branch, and it's available for everybody to try. The branch is called Ubuntu 2004-experimental. It's there in the installer repository. It's also on the documentation. So if you head out to the documentation for Soda Foundation and check out the installation guide, we have mentioned it in a note that if you're looking to install it on, say, Ubuntu 20.04, you can check out this branch. So the steps are the same. The branch will ensure that all the changes are made. So let me just quickly go through the changes that were required to get it working, and probably will be more fine-tuned by the time we put it into a general availability release. So the most important change that we had to do out of the box was Ubuntu 20.04 did not ship with Python 2 pre-installed, and many of the scripts in our installation were running Python 2 scripts or were dependent on Python 2. So the pip installation also was based on Python 2. And for that reason, we had to upgrade or update all these scripts to run Python 3 or Python 3 pip. That was the first change that we needed to make. Yes, we could have installed Python 2 on Ubuntu, but once we did that, a lot of changes had to be made because by default, Ubuntu was picking Python 3 and it was ignoring Python 2. So again, doing all of that, it was just going back in steps. We probably can help out if somebody really needs to install, but that will require a lot more effort. Maybe somebody in the community can also join in this effort and try out installing Python 2 and then setting everything up. That would also be one of the things which we could add. Say if somebody has a requirement of having Python 2. But at the moment, we've just upgraded everything to Python 3, and with that, we have a working setup. The Ansible version that was required. So Ubuntu 16.04 was what we started off with, and the Ansible version supported was 2.4. And the corresponding Ceph Ansible version that we support was 3.0 and 3.1. The corresponding Ansible version in Ubuntu 18.04 was 2.5.1. That was the minimum supported version, which supported 3.1. And similarly, the minimum supported version for Ansible in 2004 that we require is 2.9.6. So we had to update the Ansible version to 2.9.6. This brought along some more challenges where we had to ensure that all the variables that we used in the Ansible scripts were quoted properly. There were some type fixings which we had to do. Something had to be explicitly typed in the, when I say typed, you have to specify the type in the variable usage. And all of those changes were made in this PR. We also had to install all the OpenSDS, or rather the OSDS, that's the uh, SODA on-premise service processes as daemon processes, as standalone processes without using systemd. We had updated it to systemd in the previous releases. Uh, the problem was the services were not coming up for some reason. We are still exploring that. Once we have a solution for that, we'll probably revert that back. But at the moment, we have to install all the processes as standalone processes, including etcd. So etcd also was brought up as a systemd process, so that we could add some resilience into it as well. But same problem was being faced over there. We've separated out the variables which were used for installing the processes as systemd. That is mentioned here in the PR. Some changes required in the CI just to get it working. This will probably not go into the final main master branch. There was some error with building the code. Like there's a CI task for building the branch out on a code using the repositories. There was something failing there. So for that, I had to just change this. But what we are going to do is eventually we'll have that working as well. But having said that, if you want to install SODA, you can install SODA on 2004. This is what I have here. This is a working installation. You can see I've installed Delphin. I've actually created, using the Postman, I've created a couple of devices, and you can see the information. Also, the performance monitoring is working in this. I can also check out the devices. Say, let me just check out storage pool, and you can see there is the calculation, all the monitoring information is being captured. Um, it works. There may be some things which may fail here and there, but we are working on this, and we're trying to get it to GA very soon. Please feel free to explore. If you have been trying and if you've been failing, you can check out this branch, Soda Foundation Ubuntu 2004-experimental. And if you find anything that can be fixed, please do raise a PR, let us know, and we'll be very glad to work with you on this. That's about it from me. Soda 2004 experimental support on Ubuntu 2004. Any questions? I'll be happy to take here at this point.
Anvir, you tested this with the fake driver, is it?
This is with fake driver, yes, because right now from my system, I don't have access to actual storage devices. So I have been testing on fake drivers at the moment, yes. But in my experience so far, if this doesn't come up, then it doesn't come up at all. If it's working, generally it will work. But yeah, we will still have to ensure that. So like I said, it's still experimental. We still have to do a lot of testing, not just about the installation, but also whether the system services that come up are all working as expected. So we'll be doing that in this a month and for coming forward. Probably we'll make another interim release, but or maybe in the next major release we'll announce the support. uh, the good part here would be that if you're supporting 2004, that change will support many of the later Ubuntu releases as well. So we wouldn't have to worry about something subsequent for some time now.
So basically, if one wants to test, they just need a laptop. That's enough, right?
They need a laptop, yes, absolutely. They can use a VirtualBox or just a laptop, whichever is convenient. If you don't want to muddy your environments on your laptop, say you have something where you can't install anything else, or you don't want to, that's left to you. You can use VirtualBox, you can set it up. But yeah, a laptop with say about 8 GB of RAM should suffice for you to get everything working on your laptop and start experimenting.
Nothing else is required.
Nothing else is required, yes. If you have say some devices which you can connect to the supported devices, you should be able to connect from your laptop server itself. Not a problem.
Okay.
And to test out multi-cloud, all you need is cloud accounts. So sign up for say AWS or for matter Azure with their free tiers, and you can test around with that, generate your own AKSK from the cloud account. So AWS gives you lots of minutes with free tiers. You can just go unlimited at time. I think usage is available. Similarly, Azure gives you unlimited usage. All you need to do is go to AWS, go to Azure, generate your own access key and secret key, and use that to register. For example, if I have to register here, say all I need is this is any name which you create. Enter the region. So if you're in India, it'll probably be AP South 1. If you're using US, you could use the actual region of your endpoint which you're going to serve. And the endpoint can be this if it's India, and then this is where you enter your access key and secret key. So this you can get from any of the cloud vendors. And once you register your backend, you can create buckets, you can use the storage service plans, explore all the things as mentioned here in the documentation. You can go to the guides and docs and check out the user guides. We have user guides for storage service plans. We have user guides for Delphin, how to use it. So you can see Delphin, there are user guides for using the Soda dashboard and integration. Similarly, for multi-cloud, we have how to use the storage service plans and access key, secret key, and so on and so forth. Everything is available here, guides and docs on the documentation. Please try it out. If you have any queries, we are available on Slack all the time. We are available on Twitter as well. So if you have any queries, drop a question, and someone from the team or someone from the community will definitely help you out with queries. I'm open to any other questions. Sanil, any further questions, any input from your side on this?
Yeah, I don't have any other questions. Maybe next time onwards, when we make a release, we can give a short information on the environment creation, in the sense if somebody wants to test on laptops, then VirtualBox or something.
I think that's a good point. Let me just make a note of that, and we will ensure that next time we have something where we can give a basic information of how to install at every release announcement.
Right. Like anyway, this video we plan to put it in YouTube, right?
Yes.
So similarly, if we can give along with it
I think that will help. Yes.
how to make a setup so that it's very easy for people.
For every release, yes, but I think more importantly, what you raised, I think that's a very important point. Probably we can have one video which helps out with different ways of installing Soda. So it can
Yes.
go as an instruction video. Let me see if I can make something very quickly, because that shouldn't take a lot, and we do it every day. So I think it'll be helpful if you can put something up like that. That's a good idea. I'll make a note of this. Anyone else has questions on the installation of Soda on 2004?
And with maybe and Joseph, maybe next time I think 24.24 has come, right, Ubuntu?
No, it will be 21.10,
22,
and then next
22.
will be 22.4 will be out in the next
I
2
think
months.
yeah, so maybe next
22.4 is out now.
yeah, 22 4 out, correct. So 20
It's 22.4 is GA already?
No,
I think
no,
so.
it will be April. It will
April,
be
right?
LTS, right? LTS is in April.
LTS is in April.
Yeah, LTS is in April.
Okay. So the release candidate is out already.
Yeah. So maybe we can phase out maybe 18.04 and start full support on 20.04 and maybe 22 as well.
Okay.
Could be one target maybe
Sure.
for the next release.
Sure. We'll
I
do
think there
that.
may
We'll
be some amount of work to be done. Maybe the community can help. That will be low hanging, activities for them, because it will be more of the package version management, right?
Right.
So if somebody wants to contribute, I think it will be comparatively easier.
Okay.
I think we can make this task up.
Sure. Okay. I'll just put that as well as. So, I'll create a task for that as well. So basically, we ensure the latest OS support is available and test out before we make the next release.
Yeah, especially for Delphin and multi-cloud.
Yes, yes, got it.
Yeah, thanks, Amit.
Yeah. Well, that's it from me. We do support Soda on 2004 now, but yes, it's experimental. There'll be some things which may not work. Please do try it out. Let us know what you feel, and if something can be done in a better way, if there are some improvements that are there which we might have missed, please do raise an issue, or if you can fix, raise a PI. That will help us out a long way. Thanks again, and with that, I'm going to now call on your screens Vanilla, who's going to be explaining and demoing to us installation of Delphin, the SPM on Kubernetes, and how she did it and what it requires to be done. So over to you, Vanilla, whenever you are ready.
Good morning, everybody. Today, the agenda is demo on Delphin deployment on Kubernetes. What is Delphin? Delphin provides a framework. Uh, it provides a unified, intelligent, and scalable resource management, alert, and performance monitoring. It covers all the resource management of backends and other infrastructures under SODA deployment. Now, what is the purpose of deploying Delphin on Kubernetes? Uh, when the applications are deployed onto a Kubernetes cluster, they need persistent volumes. Volume provisioning can happen from different kind of backend storages. So monitoring the resources at the storages becomes a key aspect where Delphin can deal this. Delphin with its monitoring capabilities at resource level, performance metrics level can be very useful in this scenario. Now we will see how to deploy Delphin on Kubernetes. The main modules and dependencies of Delphin are API, task, alert module, exporter, Redis, and RabbitMQ. All these main services of Delphin are deployed as individual deployments inside a Kubernetes cluster. Um,
Hello.
that step, hello.
In that one, some are dependencies, right? You can just highlight on Delphin modules and the dependencies separately.
Delphin modules are API
Submodules, I mean, yeah.
task, yeah, API task and alert. Dependencies are Redis, RabbitMQ exporter.
Okay.
Now we'll follow the steps to deploy Delphin on Kubernetes. We need a Ubuntu 18 of for system. We need to install Docker. So now this is tested with the kind cluster. So we need to install a kind. We need to install kind, and we need to create a default cluster, and we need to install kubectl to request to Kubernetes API. It is a command line prompt. Here specified the installations on which it is tested. Now we need to build Delphin Docker image locally with the specific Kubernetes tag. For this, we need to first get the Delphin code into local system. We need to clone the Delphin repo. So after that, we need to move to the Delphin directory. So this command enables the building of Delphin image, where the whole Delphin code gets into this image with the name Soda Foundation and Delphin, and with the tag K80s, and saves into local environment. When run Docker images, will be able to see the image build locally. Now we need to create the config map from the Delphin config file. which resides in this particular directory. Now we need to get all the Kubernetes object files required for the Delphin deployment. Uh, all these object files resides in the example folder at this specific directory. After moving to the directory, we have all the deployment YAML files and service YAML files. We need to apply all these YAML files in order to uh, now we will see an example of how a deployment YAML file looks like.
Probably Vanilla, you can stop a bit to check if there are any doubts on whatever we have seen till now.
Okay.
Also, you can increase the font if possible.
Okay. Are there any doubts till now?
So it is mainly about having a Kubernetes cluster. Then this process also shows how to build the image for the Delphin. So alternative can be, we can just take a image, Delphin image readily available and use it. So in this example, it is mentioned about like kind of a developer environment where you can change and build also in case you want. So building an image, then using the given deployment files and deploying Delphin along with its dependencies. Probably this dependency YAMLs, I think she has directly taken from respective projects like Redis and RabbitMQ. So if you already have those dependencies set, then those steps are not required. Just the Delphin can be deployed.
Yes.
Right, Vanilla, those Redis and RabbitMQ are as it is taken from, for the completeness perspective, it is as it is taken from their respective deployments, right?
Yes, yes.
Redis,
For
RabbitMQ
now, this
dependencies.
is no. For now, this is normal Redis. I did not add as it is. We
Okay,
can
so
use.
if we have readily deployed all Redis and RabbitMQ already there, then we can just skip those steps, right?
Yes, yes. We can do that.
So this will be part of the observability.
Yes, so this is kind of a initial step towards that. So we just wanted to start off with whatever we have, how we can get into Delphin. It started with the non-containerized deployment. So this is first step in bringing it into a containerized deployment.
Got it. So this will help us probably go to the next step after that for
Yes, exactly. So first it can demonstrate its capabilities and we can see it what Delphin can do. So probably this can help to get some new requirement for Delphin feature as a whole, as well as some use case driven requirements.
Yes, in fact, in this, still in this Kubernetes deployment, if you want to get this, I think the Delphin drivers are to be there separately.
For each of the
storage, because it is not taking any data through CSI.
Oh, it is directly to our, okay. Anyway, we
Our
have
interface.
outbound drivers already there.
Yes, yes.
It's going to use it.
Yeah. So if you have the hardware, the drivers are available.
Fine.
Yes.
So basically, it is like Delphin, how it works in an enterprise environment. If you have any of your infrastructure deployment in Kubernetes, if you want to have the monitoring, whatever is working with the Delphin in enterprise, this the POC what Vanilla has done will help you out. In Kubernetes environment, you can still get.
Got it.
And Vanilla already this is working with Prometheus, and you can have the dashboard, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So you so because we have the exporter to Prometheus, you can have the Grafana dashboard, and you can actually visualize as well whatever is possible.
Fair point.
But on the observability thing, because you brought up observability, our idea was that the container observability more native to Kubernetes, and see that how we can utilize whatever is already captured in CSI and how to complement with the features or capabilities of Delphin. More integrated, is it possible to have single driver, or whether we can have some extension to the CSI to get this information or something like that. I mean, we are just thinking as a feature in container as an observability feature, wherein this, like Sushant mentioned, this can be a first step.
And it should complement to what's already available.
That's right. More or less, the framework what is there in Delphin. I mean, at this point of time, I feel that it will be used. The only thing is that the interfacing may be little more fine-tuned. Because the features in Delphin, like Anvit also was
Custom
mentioning.
font, vanilla custom font.
Custom font, custom font.
Click on custom font.
And then
change
click
the,
on the 12
and change to 14 or 16.
and below, like bottom, yeah, make it 14.
No, below, last. Yeah,
that's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, like Anvit was mentioning,
select.
Delphin is something like ready to productionize. We are confident that the quality and the stability is quite good. So anyone wants to even move to the production with Delphin, it's ready.
Yeah, Delphin is for managing and monitoring both, right?
It's only monitoring.
No, it's only monitoring.
Only monitoring.
Oh.
No, it doesn't do provisioning.
Okay. Oh, because we leave it to the storage array itself.
Yes.
Yeah, as a provisioning, we have other projects, but if you have already a infrastructure deployed and you want to monitor and utilize that monitor data for any other actions, Delphin can help you out. And across the heterogeneous storage, not just one storage.
So one advantage of it being only having monitoring thing is like it can be easily tried out because it doesn't come in the critical flow of provisioning, right? It is about mainly about monitoring and viewing. So if you already have it, definitely it can be hooked and see like what and all it can support without impacting other things.
Totally non-intrusive. That's
right.
Valid. Good point.
Yeah, because it doesn't come in the provisioning flow at all.
Yeah. Once we are able to monitor it well, always bring the other aspects into it will be easier.
Yeah, because it can like vanilla will show it. It has both resource and performance monitoring, and going forward we will have kind of a host to volume mapping, so you can see where all the volumes placed, how they are attached to host. So kind of a complete view of backend can be seen, visualized from your mere display. So that can be really helpful, and that will be input to provisioning itself going forward, right? Because once you see what is there, then you will be able to provision better also.
Absolutely, that's the point. So, and also you guys last time added that based on the throughput that particular storage can give, we'll be able to show that also, right?
Yes. I think that is included. Some part we can show in the demo.
Yeah. Most of the parameters which is supported is covered. So right now, all the drivers support a resource, and some are supported for performance metrics, and some more drivers we are adding in the next release.
So actually, it is a very active project in the sense the expansions are happening on all fronts. Like new drivers are getting added, and the drivers are added with new capabilities. Like if it is having only resource, we are getting means we are integrating performance collection aspects into it. So it is, and the number of drivers and the driver capabilities, both directions, it is getting extended.
Good point.
Vinila, we can continue.
Yeah. We will see.
I think Praveen was asking something in between, I think, right, Praveen?
Yeah, Praveen, you had some query, right?
Yeah. So just wanted to check the config file.
Config map, you mean?
Correct. Config map file. So can you open that? So basically the same as the delphin.conf, right?
Yes,
Is the same
same.
file, right?
Yeah, same file we need to take.
Okay. Fine then.
Now coming to deployment YAML file, we can specify how many replicas we need, and here are the here we provide the argument API because this is API service. We provide API as argument. These are environmental variables, and here we provide the image what we are using. The image what we have built earlier locally, we can use this here. And we'll mention what all the ports here. API port is 8190, and all the volumes and volume mounts are here. This is the config map we are using.
So volume mounts are
Hmm.
one is to read the config file and another one is to place the log files, right? Only these two.
Yes. This is, yeah. Now this is a service YAML file. Here we will specify the selector. It is specify Delphin API deployment, and here we use node port type, and we'll specify node port and port of API and the target port, so that this Delphin API deployment is exposed as this service. Similarly, all the other Delphin services can be deployed. Now we will see how to request. We will see a sample request to register a storage.
Oh, services are running, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, you can show the services running.
All the services are running.
Okay.
Okay.
Why two
Here,
instances? Two instances
two,
of
because we specified replicas as two.
two. Okay.
Yes. In data, I mean, here we have this data to register storage device.
So all these configuration YAML files are available in our repo, right? Example repo.
Yes. In example repo, in the in a specific directory, we have all these files.
And the documentation guides to this.
Yes.
We can show that for the interest of other people.
Okay.
Yeah, probably you can continue from where you are showing some document. Yeah.
Under Soda Foundation documentation, guides and docs, developer guides, Delphin developer guides, there is this Kubernetes deployment on, Delphin deployment on Kubernetes. Here there is documentation, and
Anvit, maybe this link we can pin it in the MOM.
Yes, sir.
Vanilla, this will also take you to example folder, right? Somewhere in your
Actually,
documentation.
Actually, in the document, it is cloning. The clone step
yes,
is
it
there.
is clone.
Oh, okay. Then it's
Clone step is there.
yes, okay.
Here we clone, and here we specified in examples
Where
Delphin
it is.
Kubernetes deploy directory. We have all this.
Yes.
Here it is. Here all we have all this. Now, in order to register a storage device, we will provide the specific all the attributes required, and this is the node IP and this is the node port provided in the service YAML of API Delphin API service. We are able to create storage. We will be able to get the storages registered also. All the resources also can be requested. Now we will see how to check performance metrics in Prometheus. In order to do that, we need to also apply few Prometheus YAML files, which involves dynamically they scrape all the jobs mentioned in the config files, where it will check whether the metadata of all of the service endpoints include. One second.
Basically, you are adding some annotation to the
Yes.
resources
It will check,
so that Prometheus can scrape it, right?
Yes, it will check whether there is a annotations like Prometheus scrape true and there is a port in the metadata. If so, it will scrape metrics from that. So here if we can execute, here we are trying to see storage read throughput. So each and every graph represent is for individual.
So different storage
ID.
to different
Yes,
colors. That's all, right? Yeah.
Yes. This way we can monitor the metrics.
Right now, this is all like sample data, which is coming from our demo driver. So where we
have multiple fake drivers.
Yeah. And we add good amount of randomness to this data so that we can see some pattern. So this all without having any actual driver. So if somebody is trying, so it is not to explore the Delphin feature, don't need to have any backend storage. With the demo driver, it can be seen.
So support of the other driver, I think we can directly view the hardware, then you can directly plug in, right?
Yes, because as we mentioned, it is for monitoring, right? Which means you would have already have provisioned and some applications are using it, right? That is your premise of monitoring now. So those drivers, if Delphin, it falls under the Delphin supported drivers, we should be able to monitor them.
Even in Kubernetes environment.
Right.
This is all what I have. Any queries or any questions?
Very good, Vinila. This is a very good step towards.
Vinila, one thing is whatever
Yes.
image we have, right? So we can place it in our Soda with some tag, and we can give that in our documentation, because some people without even building it can be used, right? So they can just pull the image and use it. So you just in your steps, it can be either building the image and going, or they can just pull from our Soda Foundation. So you can just update
you mean the
your
Docker images, is it?
Yes, Docker images.
That's a good
Yes.
point. Yeah, you can put it. Maybe you can put it in example
the
itself.
issue is If you pull from that, we need to change tag.
No, no,
Because in
no.
YAML
Yeah,
files.
that is okay. That can be given in your description itself, right? You
Okay,
can
okay.
just put like tag. So
Okay.
whichever version you take, that you can update. User is free to
Okay.
change the tag and play with the tag.
Yes, yes.
But you can avoid, because it is not mandatory for people to
Yes.
download, build a Delphin and use it, right? So that might be a tedious step for a
This
user.
can be the this you tested with the LAMU release or just before?
Just before.
Just before. Okay. Maybe you can
Yes.
mention which version is your image.
Okay.
Or you
Maybe
can
a
have
tag.
just cross-check LAMU once, and maybe we can give the
The
image of
LAMU
LAMU
image. I
itself.
think that may be better.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Okay.
And then you can upload those images to GitHub.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Praveen?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So first of all, good job, Vanilla. That's
Thank
great.
you.
And so now can you open the prometheus.yml once?
This actually I did not.
So
I
actually the
have
main thing,
taken from reference.
right. The main doubts I have means in prometheus.yml, have you mentioned any location from where it should scrap the data?
We did not mention location, but okay.
So which port even, so you are saying that it should read from the port number?
Yes, yes. Praveen, it is like this. For Prometheus, we will tell which port Prometheus can take from us. And at that port, we are having an exporter server. So if you hit, we will give the data to Prometheus.
Right. So
Prometheus
instead
is,
of,
yeah.
so we are not giving the location, we are giving the port number.
Yes, because Prometheus model is annotation is through which port, and we can put it to whichever object to be monitored. So then it is Prometheus will try to contact that and get it. So there we are providing. Yes.
Here
Right.
we have
So
jobs.
Yeah,
no.
Praveen, you
So
can complete
yeah,
your question probably.
no, now I got it. So because previously we were pointing to some location,
Yes,
and
yes, yes,
from
yes,
there
yes.
we are trying to get the data, right? Now
Yeah, yeah.
since we are exposing to the some ports and IP, then okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
because this is the usual way, like
Right.
integrating anything to Prometheus. So we just
Correct.
follow that conventional way.
Otherwise, in containerized environment, it won't work if you give any location.
Yes. You are right.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Basically, we give the endpoint, right?
Yeah. We give endpoint. We are free to change our internal location or play with like how we want to supply. It is up to us, but we just give endpoint.
So
Right.
it's similar to how we deploy it currently in Soda as well in the release.
Yeah. This Vanilla's
Correct.
example, right? It is same.
Yeah.
Like
So
we deploy a exporter server. So
yeah.
we feed that data somewhere, and exporter server will show it. And we have informed Prometheus about that endpoint. So
Okay.
internally, wherever you change your metric folder or whatever it is up to us. Doesn't matter for Prometheus.
Okay.
And where our metrics are getting exposed, I means whatever the collection happens,
There
where
is a
it
folder,
stores.
right, Vanilla?
Yes, where lib Delphin metrics folder.
Can you just open somewhere?
And so that is under which pod?
That is under
Exporter service.
Yes.
And okay.
This kind
So
of pull, right?
correct. So
True.
exporter gets the data at some location, and exporter service itself it's exposed to the some endpoint.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
here we mention a
Got
port.
it.
From this port, it will scrape metrics.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
And one question, like, is there any plan to add Helm charts for these manifests?
Yeah, very much. So ideally, we wanted to have a demo with the Helm chart, but we right now it is not up. But we definitely look forward to use it through Helm way, because like Sai also mentioned, this is first step of some other big goal. So we definitely want to have Helm chart integrated. I mean, that will be the next step with respect to deployment perspective of this task. Next will be to have Helm chart.
Okay, thank you.
And Nikita, you are interested to try it out?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, first you can try out, then probably
Yeah,
if you
first I
want,
have to bring
if you
it up.
if you would like to take up some Helm support for this, that will be good.
Yeah. This one is in Kubernetes environment. No, yeah, in local
Yes.
I will have to set it up. Okay.
Yeah, you can use kind and set it up.
Use kind.
Kind
QRadar.
and use the demo driver. So without having the need of anything else, all can be checked. I mean, even the testing, right? Verification can be done without, at least the framework can be tested without having the real storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the instructions are in the chat window. You can check the just posted the
Okay.
installation guide. You can follow this guide to deploy. And if you have any queries, you can post on Slack, the general chat, or you can directly contact Vinila also. She
Yeah.
can help you out as well. And any other questions, you can always ask us.
Yeah.
There is I think Helm charts which was there for Soda installation, but it's not been updated in the recent times. Soda does support Helm installation, but we need to check whether it is working. We've not tested in this release yet, but maybe that also is another option. If we can get the Helm charts working there, we can probably use that and repurpose them for this deployment also.
Right. Okay. Thanks, Vanilla.
Yeah,
Good demo.
Vinila, this is
Thanks,
very good.
everybody.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks, Vanilla. Thank you so much. All right. With that, any further questions? Anyone has any inputs? This was the first global community meeting of the new year, and we had a lot of things to talk about. So that's really good, and we hope to keep up this same passion and same, kind of energy throughout the year. Hope it has been a good meeting. And if you have anything else, like I said, we are always available on Slack and Twitter. Please reach out to us if you have any requirements or anything that needs to be worked on. And if you want to join the team with some of the work that we do, please start contributing directly or start talking to us in Slack, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. With that, I think it's almost time. If anybody has any questions, I'll keep it open. If not, we can.
No, I did not have any questions.
Please help us to test Lamu release wherever it is comfortable to use for you. Whichever project.
Right. So I have put some points to Sanil and Anvit also during your other meeting. Let's
Right.
figure out. We need to figure out a way to do these things.
Right.
We have some challenges in doing what we can do also. Yeah.
Right.
Let's figure out. Maybe that's a separate conversation.
Sure.
Well, with that, then in that case, let's just call it a community meeting. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending the global community meeting. We will be meeting again in 2 weeks' time. Until then, thank you so much. Have a great day and have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A nice weekend to you all.
Yeah, same to you.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.